Welcome, everybody, to Lee's podcast. I'm your host, Lee Yang. And today, my guest is Kim Yang. So, are you excited about this?
I am super
All right.
excited.
We're going to just kind of talk a little about who you are,
Sure.
and then we're going to talk about as much detail as you want to talk about.
Right.
So, let's introduce who you are first, and what is it that you do specifically?
Sure. So, again, my name is Kim Yang. I am, so many things. Entrepreneur, business owner, outreach and prospecting strategist, relationship builder. I'll even throw volleyball fanatic in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I'm the managing partner for a done-for-you LinkedIn lead generation software service called Inbox Gorilla.
Cool. Hopefully, we'll talk about each one of those in greater details,
sure.
and you share as much information as you want, okay?
Awesome.
Just a disclosure to everybody that's listening, Kim is my niece, and so I figure I have her on because there's so much that goes on in her life that, I would like to share with everybody else, all right? So what are you doing right now? What's going on in your life right now that, that you can share with us?
Oh, so much, I think. So right now, my primary focus, especially work-wise, is Inbox Gorilla, right? I spend majority of my days behind a screen on LinkedIn, right, virtually. So work from home, occasionally go into the office, but we're working on some new services. We're working through procedures and structure for our new fulfillment team that's coming in. So I'm really focused on that. We're trying our best to just simplify this year for Inbox Gorilla, just business-wise. Simplify.
What is Inbox Gorilla? What does it do? I mean, what product is it? Because, when you tell somebody that you have this product, what does it do? I mean, how does that apply to me or to the public?
Absolutely. So our software focuses on the LinkedIn platform, right, the professional platform. And it's we utilize a software tool called Kennect. So Kennect essentially helps people prospect on LinkedIn. It helps automate prospecting. So automate the process of reaching out to people, maybe ideal clients that you might have. So we're automating that to help you save time, and because it's very tedious to reach out to people, right? Mm-hmm. That could potentially become your clients. So that's what the software focuses on, and the software is a separate subscription, right? You can join and you can you can manage it on your own. But our service, we essentially handle the entire software for clients. So it's typically our clients to come to us because they don't have enough time to manage it on their own. Mm-hmm. They don't have time to be sifting through LinkedIn on a day-to-day basis, and so they work with our team in order to essentially take over all of that. So that we reach out to people, we nurture relationships, and then ultimately my team, my account managers, book appointments for those clients. Sales
so you
calls.
guys do all the legwork.
Absolutely.
Basically, you do all the legwork for whoever subscribes to this product.
Absolutely. Right, correct. All based off of the LinkedIn platform.
I don't use LinkedIn platform, but I would believe you.
Yeah, hey, a lot of people think that LinkedIn is just...
What is, you know what? I heard about LinkedIn probably, like 7-8 years ago, 9 years ago. And that was when someone at my old work job and said, hey, Lee, you might want to start using LinkedIn because it's going to be the platform that everybody's going to start using.
Right.
Explain to our audience what LinkedIn is.
Absolutely. So it's just like your Facebook or your Instagram or your Twitter, but LinkedIn's focused on bringing the world's professionals together. Essentially, what their mission is, right? So when I first got introduced to LinkedIn, it was in college, and they're telling us to create their LinkedIn profiles, and we just don't even know what's going on. What is LinkedIn? And a lot of people think that it's just an online resume. That right?
Yes, that's what I thought it was. Yes.
Right, and you're just either reaching out to employers or employers are reaching out to you, and that's it, right? But LinkedIn actually has an entire news feed, similar to Facebook, where people are posting their successes, they're posting podcasts, YouTube videos, they are educating other people about their industries. Right, and so LinkedIn is really a place where you can connect with other professionals. You build a profile, right? A profile of your previous experiences. You build a profile to showcase your abilities. People write recommendations on your profile. And so an employer can go to your page and be like, okay, So Lee has these experiences that he's worked with these people. I think I might reach out to him. I think he could be a good fit for our company, right? So there's that one option. But then also employers, I mean, LinkedIn is the biggest B2B platform there is as well.
B2B,
business to business.
Okay.
Right. So if I'm a business owner, you're a business owner, and we have different services, let's partner up, right? Maybe you can benefit from my services. Maybe I can benefit from yours. B2B, business to business.
So it seems like a big place, a virtual place to collaborate.
Absolutely.
Right. That's all it is. It's just
they're bringing the world's professionals together.
Okay. Is there a cost for LinkedIn, or is it free?
No, LinkedIn's free. There's different tiers, of course, if you want different features. But
so the more you
free.
pay, the more options you get as to what you can do or what you can watch.
You can see how many people visit your profile. You can see who visits your profile, right? Who's taking the time to view your experiences, and you can reach out to those individuals, right? There's certain limitations when it comes to the different tiers of LinkedIn. So there's a basic. Right, free. Everyone can create a LinkedIn account, and then there's a premium, right, which just allows you to kind of see who's visiting your profile. It just gives you more capabilities, and then there's another tier with Sales Navigator that just basically helps you filter the people you're looking to reach. Right
now, the product that you guys have through Kennect, which tier do someone need to be in order for your product to work? I mean, obviously, if I have just a free one,
right,
it won't be as beneficial if I have the most expensive one, right? Or does it matter?
You know, I think it could go both ways. To utilize the software, connected software, you don't need to pay a specific tier on LinkedIn. You can be on the basic free account. You don't have to have Sales Navigator Premium at all. Although if you have Sales Navigator, like I mentioned before, it's really going to help you to filter through your ideal prospects, your ideal potential clients, right? You want business owners, Sales Navigator can help you filter through business owners. You want LLCs, you want company headcount, right? Maybe you're targeting a specific company headcount between maybe 11 to 50 people, right? Sales Navigator is going to allow you to do that. So it just gives you more options in regards to filtering wise for your targeting. I know it's a lot. It's overwhelming.
That's a lot, man. It's just, I feel like, do I need to create a LinkedIn account?
I think everyone should create one.
Just for the sake of it, it's not like I need to look for a job. But I remember you mentioned to me the other day that if I need to learn maybe a specific skill or communication skill or how to be a team leader, LinkedIn have videos about that stuff you can watch, right?
Yeah, people are constantly.
And those are free videos you can watch, right?
Free videos, right? There's nothing you have to pay in order to receive that. People within different industries are constantly posting up content. They're posting resources up, right? Links to their websites. It's a platform where you can come and see just the capabilities of all the different businesses in the world. And you can connect with them. You could, if I need an account, I could reach out to someone on LinkedIn and just ask for a quick intro call or phone call and let them know what my needs are, right? It's essentially, again, just connecting professionals together.
Throughout the entire world.
It's
not just in the United States.
No.
Like someone from India or from Japan or someone that has this, you can reach out to them.
Yep, exactly.
Right.
And there's LinkedIn groups too, similar to Facebook. And so, gosh, if you want to learn a new skill set, maybe you want to learn sales, right? Maybe you want to learn a little bit more about business management. I don't know, whatever it is, you can join a group, and all of those individuals in those groups are looking to learn. They're eager to educate. They're there to help you.
Okay.
So yeah.
Now, what I want to know is that where's your niche? What is it that Kennect does? What is that? And then a little deeper, what is it that you do for Kennect?
Well, essentially the software does everything that I just mentioned to you, right? But then Inbox Gorilla specifically takes over that. You just mentioned before that it's overwhelming. There's a lot of information about LinkedIn that you don't know. And that's where my team steps in to say, hey, don't worry about it. I know it's overwhelming. I know you don't have time to take care of a software. You don't like doing outreach. You don't like prospecting, cold calling, reaching out to potential clients. Let my team handle that. Let us step in. We'll work with you. You just let me know who you're looking to target, how you want to target them, and then we'll set up our campaigns and run it. And we'll even go as far as booking those prospects right onto your calendar. So all you have to do is take that sales call.
I'm assuming along the way, if you want to tweak it,
absolutely,
just let the team know, hey, we want to take it a different direction.
Right.
And then the team can tweak it for you. Now, you're talking about a team of how many? Like a team of 2, a team of 3? Like if I have an account, am I designated one team member and I just have that particular person as a contact person, or do I contact everybody, or how does that work?
So typically we have a strategist, right? Because I think it's so important that once we get a new client that we fully understand their business, understand their target market, understand what their objective is overall. And so they get assigned a strategist that will help walk them through that process. And then not only that, they get a dedicated appointment setter that's going to be in the day-to-day inbox, nurturing those conversations, right? So that frees up your time, right? So you can focus on other things.
Other part of the business, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so it's very valuable in that sense. And, you said you're not as active on LinkedIn, but everyone already feels like they're being sold to on LinkedIn. I mean, gosh, I could reach out to you and be like, hey, how's your day? And you might automatically think I'm trying to sell you something.
That is true. I would.
It's like, because you don't know me, right? If I'm connecting with you. And so our team really helps nurture conversations, right? You have to do the small talk. You got to. You can't just pitch your services in the inbox. And so a lot of people don't understand that. And we help them walk through that process.
Yeah, and I think LinkedIn is a very, very useful product or software or whatever platform it is for whoever needs to branch out and kind of connect with other businesses, especially small ones, I assume.
Yes.
Especially small ones.
Yes.
Because if I'm a little mom and pop shop or whatever it is, and I need to connect with someone that knows something, LinkedIn has anybody and everybody's profile on there.
Exactly.
And then what your software does or what your service does is it goes out and finds whoever it is to fit
specific
for what I need.
Exactly.
Like if I need a graphic designer that does whatever it is, right?
Right.
Or whatever. If there's a person out there that's in LinkedIn,
right,
you'll be able to find it.
Exactly. You need a specific graphic designer in Wisconsin, maybe independent contractor, maybe not working for anyone. You can get as specific as that, man. Those keywords are really, really going to come into play. So recruiters love LinkedIn. I mean, they live on LinkedIn, and so it's a great platform.
I know my sister-in-law, she's a recruiter and she works with LinkedIn, or she uses LinkedIn to a point where she actually was sent. She goes to these big conferences,
right?
And she won some kind of award. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I should ask her. But that's what I've heard. Yeah. But LinkedIn's a big thing. Whoever's listening, if you're interested in figuring out how to use Kim's product, how would they contact you? Or is there a website, or is there something that at Kennect, or do they? I mean, Kennect is spelled differently too.
Connected, yes. So it's Kennect.
ED?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kennected.org is going to be your best shot there. Because we have so many different tiers. You want to be able to have a lot of options to help any business owner or any entrepreneur at whatever level they're at, right? Not just wanting to work with the Fortune 500 companies, which is awesome. We love that. But of course, if you just start your business or you're just an upcoming entrepreneur, we want to be able to service you. And so we have different packages and different tiers to really help you. So Kennected.org is the place to go. That's where you see testimonials. That's where you'll see our software. You can even schedule a time with one of the reps there. They'll walk you through a demo, right? Mm-hmm. Really hold your hand through the process.
Now, they don't contact you, right? I mean, would you prefer they go through the website first, correct?
I mean, hey, if you're interested, I'm not going to tell you not to contact me. I will not turn you away. Even if you're beginning, you have just no idea where to start. Hey, I'm happy to be a resource. Okay. A LinkedIn resource for people, right? Because I'm an entrepreneur and small business owner too, and so I understand how difficult it is to do outreach to get clients, right?
Okay.
So absolutely. I mean, you can email me. I'll shoot my email out right now, Kim@inboxgorilla.com.
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll add your information on the description below, and whoever wants it, they can get it there.
Yes, please. I mean, I'll even give you my calendar link too, right? We can have a strategy session. We can talk. We can do an intro call.
Would it help my podcast?
It definitely could help your podcast. You know what? You should schedule some time on my calendar, and let's optimize your profile.
Is it free? Family discount?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
So that's your professional life.
Yes.
That's correct. What you do day in, day out. That's what pays the bill. That's what keeps the light on. That's what got you from where you're at to here in Milwaukee. Now, with that being said, can you disclose where Kennect is?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're located in downtown Indianapolis.
Okay, so currently you're in Indianapolis.
Correct.
All right. Are there plans to move?
As long as I've been.
You share as much as you want, girl, because this is your time to share whatever you want to share.
Right. Okay. No, I'm completely open to sharing this. It's like I was originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Obviously, obviously you know that. But then in 2019, I moved down to Atlanta. So I lived in Atlanta for about 2 years. That's where I think my career really, jump started. And then in 2020, the end of 2020, we moved up to Indianapolis because the CEO of Kennect wanted me to come up and run the Inbox Gorilla division. And so we ended up relocating to Indianapolis.
And how did you know the CEO?
Yeah. So,
See, right?
Hey, I'm telling right now, relationships are huge and you have to nurture relationships. It goes both ways. So when I was down in Georgia, I knew that I didn't want to work for an employer. I didn't want to be a W-2. I wanted to start my own business, which I did in Atlanta, which is awesome. Huge accomplishment for me. And then I was on LinkedIn. So I was on LinkedIn
There
prospecting.
you go, yeah.
Reaching out to people, mainly because I had to pay the bills somehow, right? I had bills to pay. I I wasn't married at the time, but I was living with my cousin, and I was so fortunate that she took me in and let me learn more about myself, let me just spread my wings and figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And so I stayed there for about 6 months. And during that time, I was, on Indeed.com, I was on LinkedIn. I was just doing everything to try to find some sort of marketing position because I knew I wanted to be involved in marketing. I enjoy understanding people, understanding their buying habits, their behavior. And so while I was doing that, I came across a YouTube video from Elliot Drake. He's the CMO of Kennect, Chief Marketing Officer. And he had a course or a program that he created called Land Clients. And just watching a lot of YouTube videos because I like to.
He's the CEO of Kennect.
CMO, Chief Marketing Officer
of Kennect.
Correct.
But he created a program.
Yeah. This is on his own.
Okay,
right?
it's not.
This is all before Kennect even existed.
Ah, I
right?
see.
Okay, so he's posting content on LinkedIn, on YouTube, right? YouTube videos about how to do sales, how to do this, how to start your own agency.
And you're watching all.
And I was
those.
watching that because I'm trying to start my own agency because I'm not. There's so many resources online that can help you learn any skills, can help you start a business. You just got to go and find it. And so I was on YouTube and I came across his video, watched a couple of his videos, and then I figured out he had a course. And so we had a phone call, reached out to him. I'm like, man, I'm really interested. I need some help starting my business. And so I purchased his course. I joined there. They had calls every Thursday, and I was the only girl that was consistently there every Thursday night. And there would only be like 2 or 3 or 4 people that joined. And through there, I met the COO of Kennect, the future CEO of Kennect at that time, Brandon. And then Elliot was there, of course. And then I met Devin, who's the CEO of Kennect right now. And so just through that process, like, I was so inspired by who they were. They're awesome guys. They're so driven. They're so ambitious. And they taught me sales. They taught me how to close clients. They taught me how to grow my own agency. And I just kept nurturing that conversation, right? Or not conversation, but that relationship, because it's so, so important. I've never met these guys. I met him through a YouTube video. Right? That's crazy. That's crazy to think about.
That is, yeah.
But we had Zoom calls and we would be on there. I would ask them questions. They would help me. And that was huge for me at the time because I had no money. I was just learning as much as I can. And then the Kennect platform, the first version of it came out. It was like $25 a month, right? And it was a Google Chrome extension. So Devin was like, hey, do you want to give this a shot? And I was like, all right. I used it and I went on LinkedIn. I had never used LinkedIn before either. So I spiced up my profile. They taught me how. There's scripts that, you send out to people and you constantly have to follow up and nurture the conversations. And I hopped on calls with people. I had no business. I used my age to my benefit. I'm like, I just graduated college. I'm looking to be an entrepreneur and start my own business. And even though I couldn't get them as clients for me, I listened to what they had to say. Like, do you have any insight for a new entrepreneur, a new business owner? And I just listened. I learned as much as I could.
You were just absorbing it.
I absorbed it all.
Like this sponge of that's absorbing all this information.
Right.
As much as you can, because obviously you have to do something.
You have to, because
you're in Georgia.
Yeah, I had to pay my bills. I had to do something.
I mean, that's talking about driven. I mean, you have to be driven to get to that point of like absorbing stuff and watching YouTube.
Yeah. I mean,
to eventually get to know the people that you do.
Yeah, it's when I think about it now, it's still pretty crazy, but I had a vision, I had a dream, like I was just doing whatever it took to get there. I was chasing it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of intimidating to talk to business owners that you've never met before, because you're like, okay, why is this lady reaching out to me? She doesn't know me. What does she want to sell me? Right.
Yeah.
But I was so fortunate to come across and have certain conversations with such professionals and successful business owners. And they gave me insight. They were like, hey, when I was your age, this is where I started. These are the things I would do. And I absorbed, like you said. I wasn't asking for any money. I wasn't asking for them to come be my clients. I was being very authentic and very pure about it, eager to learn, right?
And I think that part of that, so who you are to the connected CEOs or whatever, don't you think? I mean, that's just like
essentially,
they saw, okay, Kim, we seen Kim develop, and she's young and she was able to absorb everything and she's able to put stuff together. Let's bring her on board. Yeah. I'm assuming, I mean,
it's funny because you said she's young, but all those executives are younger than me. That's funny, right? Except one of them, Brandon's older than me, but Brandon's only my age too.
So you're one of the older ones.
I mean, initially, yeah, I was.
But I mean, considering Kennect is a brand new company,
it's I think about 2 years up and running now. Yeah.
And you're one of the older ones.
Now, no, Kennect now, no, but
at that time, yes.
Yeah, when I first moved up to Indianapolis, I was probably one of the top 10 oldest in our company.
Would you be willing to share how old you were at that time?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I was 25, 26.
And almost everybody.
I was 26.
They're younger than you.
They're like 21, 20,
oh my
22.
Goodness. Mostly guys, I assume?
Mostly guys. I was the first woman in the office when I relocated.
First? You're the only one, aren't you? Or no?
No, not now. No.
At that time.
At the time, yeah. So
yes,
like the first woman in office.
Yes.
Yeah, their new office that they had purchased downtown Indianapolis. But that's why I was laughing, because you're like, well, yeah, you're young, and well, they're younger than me. So
well, you're younger than me.
That's true. That's also very true. I think it's so funny.
But listen. Okay, those that are listening don't know, but the struggle that Kim went through to even moving down there. Okay, I understand, Kim. All right, so whoever's listening, you got to take her for what she's worth, and she is worth a lot because she's gone through a lot too. And so
yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it, because I think it's important. I mean, not
but the struggle.
Yeah, in order for me to get down there.
That what is it? Young.
Oh, young and struggling.
Young and struggling.
Yeah.
You still have the T-shirts?
I do have the T-shirts. I do. It's because that's so funny that you bring that up, because I totally forgot about that until now. But yeah.
But it was a struggle, a real struggle.
Yeah. But I mean, one thing I learned is that I'm still struggling, but I created that when I was super, super vulnerable. It was so lonely. It felt so empty when I moved down to Atlanta. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had other friends and family there, but I guess in regards to my career, I feel like I didn't really have anyone to talk to or anyone that really understood where I was, especially how difficult it was to even move down to Atlanta in the first place from my parents. And they weren't happy about that, mainly because my boyfriend lived down there.
Well, trust me.
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah, I know. So it was challenging, but I graduated college and I was like, I gotta go, because if I don't, I'm gonna regret that I didn't.
I tell my kids about that all the time. Not your story, but the fact that if my kids, if they're still in town living in my house,
right?
Like, that's a sad day. Seriously, I'm like, get out, go do something with your life. Just don't freelo off for me, go do something. And you took that risk, and you went and it worked out for you. Now, granted,
it might not have.
It might not have, but it worked out for you,
Well, I think it's because there was so much resistance when everyone found out that I was going to move down there, mainly because people thought that I was going to go down there and kind of chase my boyfriend, right? Which, like, okay, I get it. It makes sense, but
it does.
But then again, no one ever asked me, like, what else? Like, why else? Like, why would you decide to move down there? They just immediately assumed it was because my boyfriend lived down there and I just wanted to be with him, right? That's only a piece of the pie. I feel like no one ever had a genuine conversation with me of, okay, so like, why Atlanta? Like, what do you think is there for you? And just truly interested in that. But when I went down to Atlanta and I was on my own, I felt like real loneliness. Like being in a room, it's like being in a room full of people, but still feeling so lonely.
I mean, I'm assuming that's the first time that you've ever gone outside of Milwaukee.
To live, yeah.
To live. I mean, obviously, I've known you all my life, and you've been here in Milwaukee. Unless you've gone to visit places.
Yeah.
But it's never been like years.
Yeah.
Like you were living down there for years. I mean, you're still living away from Milwaukee.
Home. Yeah. I mean, in Milwaukee, I lived away from my parents' house. I mean, I had different houses in Milwaukee that I lived at. But yeah, when I first moved to Atlanta, it was like the first or second night, it was just, it kind of reality set in. And I was like, I did this. Like, I'm away from my family. That was the first time that I've been away from my family, like, seriously, and I feel like everyone that I knew and that I grew up with was gone, and so I had family in Georgia, but we're not as close because we never get to see each other, and they're older than me too, and so it was challenging to adapt to that, and then making new friends in Georgia too. I'm not scared to make new friends, but when you have friends already, it's just kind of difficult. You kind of compare it like, okay, well, like these new people aren't like my old friends, and so it was challenging in that sense. But I knew that since there was so much resistance when I first moved down there, I had this urge or this will to prove everyone wrong.
I was going to get to that too.
Yeah.
And you're right. I'm assuming that part of that motivation to be who you are now was part of everybody's doubt of, man, Kim's just going to come back.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you think I was going to come back?
Do you come on, everybody in our family?
Hey, look, that's the thing too. I didn't really see anyone in our family that really took that leap to leave far away. Well, I guess, no one that I can think of right now. There might be. I'm sorry if you're listening. But that just left, and I didn't have a job secured in Atlanta.
No,
my parents wanted me to, but like I didn't, and I just went. And they kept saying no, but I just went.
Yeah.
And that kind of took a toll on my relationship with my parents too, because they had never had one of us leave across the country. I say it across the country, but south. I mean, essentially is right. Tiff, my older sister, she moved to Minnesota, which is about 6 hours away. But she was married, and I left without being married. And went to go find myself. And so a part of me knew that I had to do it for me, but a part of me felt bad because I was essentially breaking or tearing the relationship I had with my parents.
Just give me a perspective as a parent, obviously.
Right.
Obviously, parents are going to be concerned.
Sure.
They're going to be concerned about their child moving somewhere.
Well, I understand that now.
I mean, it's just going to be, that's just natural, right? And so at that time, obviously, they're going to stay home. They want to cuddle you. They want to keep you home. They want to keep you safe.
Right.
So obviously, whatever it is, it worked out. It worked
Correct.
out. So.
Correct. And just going back to what you were saying of kind of proving everything or everyone wrong. It's
except for me.
Yes, you did think that. I mean, you did tell me, hey, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be you. And so I still remember those words and when you said it to me. And so I when I was alone down there, I thought a lot about that. I thought a lot about what people were saying, what people didn't say, how people were feeling about the whole situation. And then I really just had to shut all of that off and focus on me because I was there. The reality is I moved there and I had to figure out what was next.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me share this with you, Kim, and with our audience, because the reason, do you know why I said what I said?
No.
Because the fact that you had so much negativity about your move, someone had to give you some hope, right?
So you didn't believe it?
I did though. But my hope is that you go there and you do the best you can, right? That's the hope, right? You can do it, okay? And I have to continue to give you positive vibes so you can do it. Because honestly, if I was like, you know what, Kim, forget it, you're just going to come back home. And I don't know, I think that's going to add more on to the stress or the whatever it is that you're going through. But no, I did believe that you're going to be fine, So I'm glad things worked out for you, but go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think that's what it takes is someone to really just believe in you. Because even if the rest of the world's against you, you have that one person that really believes in you. Not saying that you were the only one person, all right, in this situation. Yeah, but in general, if, you have a dream and you want to go find yourself, and there's only one person that's supporting you. I think that means so much.
At least one, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
If you have someone that backs you up, believes in you, that is enough. But it's the worst when no one believes in you. You really have to pick yourself up from there. So I'm grateful that you had said that to me, because I held on to those words, and I was like, well, hey, I'm going to do it. And there came a point when I was in Georgia where I had to stop doing it, or stopped proving everyone else back at home wrong, because I felt like I wasn't doing the things I was doing for me. I was doing it for them. And so there came that point where I was like, okay, I'm no longer trying to prove that I can do this for them. I got to do it for me, or else it's going to go nowhere. I'm going to prove them right or prove them wrong. And then what? And so I had to switch my perspective. And I had to do it for me.
And like I said, it worked out for you, right? You should write a book, I think.
I should. It could become Amazon bestseller.
The Struggle of Kim Yang. All right, so that's your business life,
right?
All right, and if people want to know more, I'll put information in the description below. But let's talk about who Kim is, all right?
How do you mean?
Like height, weight.
Height, weight. Gosh, I'm pretty tall for a Hmong girl. Most people tell me that. So.
Well, how tall are you?
5'7".
5'7"?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you mentioned earlier you play volleyball.
I do.
Most of the girls that play volleyball with you, how tall are they?
I've come across maybe one or two or three that are a little taller than me. Other than that, everyone else I've played with is shorter than me. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything in the game of volleyball.
Does it mean that you're a better player?
No,
of
not
course
at all.
not, right?
No,
I'm shorter than you, but yeah, I think I'm still a lot better at certain things than you are.
I think other people would disagree. But I started off playing basketball, and so
I remember.
Yeah, I had all the uncles played it, and so I mean, what other option did I have? None of you guys played volleyball. Jeez.
Now a little bit about your childhood, right?
Yeah.
All right. Basketball, a lot of boy sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean boy sports? What do you consider boy sports? Come on.
Compared to your sisters, they didn't play basketball. I remember coming over and trying to teach you how to do layups.
I don't remember that, but if you do, that's all right. But yeah, I played basketball. I mean, played soccer. I grew up a tomboy. I still think I am a little bit of a tomboy. All my best friends are boys, and I don't know. It's just my cousins and my friends. Growing up in the church, they were all the people that were my age. They were all boys, and so I hung out with them. And all my uncles, they played basketball, they played sports, and I just wanted to do what the guys did. But that's essentially how it started. Basketball. I played soccer first because my dad, used to play soccer.
Did you pick up golf?
He says I'm a natural. He says so. If any of you guys are listening and playing golf, I'm a natural. Okay.
A natural that never developed.
Okay. It's better to be that than to have no skills at all with it.
I would like to think that I'm a natural too.
Who told you that? No.
It runs in the family.
It does. It's okay. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it does. It is nice that my dad played golf. And when we were younger, he used to make us play. He used to buy us like the little golf clubs. You know what I mean?
Plastic ones?
No, not even plastic. They were like they're actual golf clubs, but
okay.
just for younger kids or youth. And so he used to always, just like when he's practicing in the living room, we would always see him putting and practicing. And so he put me and my older sister Jess in a golf tournament one time.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like women's. It was men's too. Like boys were in that. Because I don't think enough people during that time, or Hmong people, were playing golf. Excuse me. And so they just combined the youth boys and girls together.
Wait, is this a Hmong
tournament? Yeah, I think it was Hmong. It was really, it's actually kind of really cloudy in my memory because I don't know if we wanted to do this or if my dad made us do it. So
I think your dad wanted you guys to do it.
He might have. I think he wanted us to be the prodigies, golf prodigies or something like that. But yeah, he put us in that golf tournament and like, hey, look, all I gotta say is I did not place last. Just placed last. If you're listening to this, Jess, you know it's true. But we won McDonald's coupons, and so my dad took us to McDonald's afterwards. I got second at last.
Yeah.
But we were playing against boys that were playing like for quite some time.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I thought it was really weird.
Wait, Jess played?
Yeah, Jess played.
I cannot imagine her play.
Yeah, me neither. But we're actually all pretty, like, we're all pretty natural at golf. All my siblings, we actually are. So that's funny. Just thought I'd add that in.
Golf, basketball, football, yes, no?
I mean, we did play football, but
yeah,
some of the Milwaukee girls wanted me to join the flag football teams for women's here.
Okay.
For the Hmong tournaments, but my heart was never there. They wanted me to be a wide receiver.
But your true passion is what?
Volleyball.
Volleyball.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's transition to volleyball.
Sure.
What are your plans for this year?
It's funny that you ask. I want to be more serious in volleyball this year, only because I feel as I'm getting older, right? My body isn't the same as it was when I was 21. Or 18, and I was just playing every single day. I'd like to play every single day, but unfortunately in Indy, the Hmong volleyball community just is probably non-existent. I'm sorry if someone's listening and they are in Indiana. I just don't know who you are.
Indiana?
There are Hmong people in Indiana, but I've heard that they're mostly kind of in the outskirts of
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, and so are we. But I don't know. In Indiana, I just focus so much on work that by the time work is done, I'm just exhausted, so I don't get to play, but I practice at home, and so I'm starting to do more strength and conditioning drills and exercises on my own. I'm telling you, when I'm motivated and driven, I find the answers myself. So I go on YouTube, I watch tutorials, I learn what I need to strengthen, how am I gonna help my swing? How am I going to hit harder, snap harder? I search all those up because the research are there. There's no excuse, right? There's no excuse. And so I do that because I have nothing else to do in Indiana after work. And so I'm there, I'm watching, I take notes.
Yeah.
I practice, I put into play.
Wow. Yeah. So, okay, what do you do? It's not like are you setting? Are you bumping?
No, I'm
like,
not
what are you doing?
I'm a middle hitter. So I'm not setting, but of course I'm strengthening my defense too to be an all-around player because...
Okay, you're saying that to a non-volleyball player.
I'm sorry.
So, and there's listeners that maybe don't play volleyball.
Very true, very true.
So what position do you play? And like, how do you even practice at home or get yourself... Like your dad at home playing golf and swinging golf clubs? Okay, that makes sense, right? But what do you do? Do you bump to yourself? Do you, like, what do you do? Like, obviously the workout is... the workout, and you can do that, but how do you even practice the skills of playing volleyball?
So I'm a middle hitter when we play Hmong volleyball. I don't think I'd be a Hmong hitter in American volleyball. I don't, because my height. I say I'm high in Hmong, right, for Hmong girl, but no, in American ball, I would be too short. I'd probably be a libero or something. But it's funny because I can't pass. Well, that's what people tell me. So haters, all you guys listening, haters. So middle hitter in Hmong volleyball, just because when I first started, I wasn't good at timing when to hit the volleyball, and I have more of a straight up jump than like a forward jump to swing, and so I got that from basketball. So I like the fastball. Since I can't time well, just pop it up real quick and just let me hit it real fast.
So it's the short.
The short, yeah, not as high.
Not as high, right?
Put it that
it's
way.
It's the low
sets, exactly. Right in the middle of the volleyball net. That's or the volleyball court. That's where I hit.
Okay.
So I'm constantly moving back and forth. And I'm constantly jumping to block as well. So that's my position. And so when in Indiana, I don't have any coaches. I never played volleyball in high school, never played in college, just played for fun and had to learn from other people at the park. And so repetition, right? You got to do all those things daily. And so now I want to be more intentional, put it that way, with volleyball this year. I am working on my snap. I'm working on how to swing faster. I've been working out, eating more healthier. And I do that. I try to turn into a habit. It's a lifestyle, working out, eating healthy. And so that's what I'm focused on right now. I bought equipment to help me train my arms, my shoulders. I'm focusing a lot on my core. That's where a lot of the power comes from on your swing. Working on my legs, obviously, to jump even higher. So that's what I do. And I literally just hit a volleyball against the wall inside my house because it's too cold and it's in the winter right now. So no excuses, though, right?
No excuses. Take this time. I mean, I think you're doing everything right? Right now, you're just preparing for, obviously the first volleyball tournament, and you're just getting yourself ready. And when is the first volleyball tournament?
I believe the first volleyball tournament, the Hmong volleyball tournament, is going to be March 12th. It's Whitewater University. March 12th.
Here in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yes.
It's still going to be cold.
It's indoor.
Okay.
Come on, Whitewater, the university.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
All right.
So that's going to be the first tournament. So I am playing that tournament as well with a few of my Milwaukee friends. And so I'm just trying to, still what, like 2 months, 1 month, 1.5 months away. Yeah.
Is that the start? That's not the start of volleyball season. Is there a volleyball season for Hmong tournaments though? Or
these are good questions. I don't know. Volleyball season? No, I think.
No, it's just you just play. Because golf tournaments. I'm assuming your dad knows. Okay, these are the golf tournaments that are coming up.
Yeah.
It starts the year out. The very first one is this one, and then from there, everybody starts having theirs. In
Right.
volleyball, I guess whoever wants to host one.
Yeah, there's so many gyms that you can host indoor tournaments. I think the Hmong community kind of just, hey, I just want to throw a tournament. They'll just put a tournament together. But Whitewater is kind of that first one that at least I'm playing in officially.
Okay. Is it one of the ones that is there every year?
Yeah.
Okay.
It typically happens every year, yes.
All right. And do you have a team?
There are a few girls that I am playing with and looking to play with for the rest of this year. It's really hard to find team members. Man, when I first started playing, it was so hard to find girls.
Yeah.
And you don't know who wants to play with you. And, you have different positions that you're looking for. But there are a few girls that I'm looking to play with this year.
Are you going to play with them consistently?
Yeah,
though,
I want consistency.
Okay, because I know in the past, you're just like, it's like a pickup team, right?
Yeah.
But see, those pickup teams have worked for you too.
Yes and no. I think I did. I had my fair share of just placing at tournaments, not necessarily winning first place.
Wait, how many tournaments did you win last year?
Last year, 2020. You're talking about when I won
last year. How many tournaments did you place at least first or second?
I don't remember about second, but I placed two tournaments last year. So it was the Wausau tournament that Hovo hosts, and then the Labor Day tournament in Oshkosh.
Okay,
I took first place that
time. All right. How'd you do at the J4 one? Did you play?
J4 didn't happen this year.
Oh yes, that's
last
right.
Year.
Last year because of COVID.
Yeah, but the Minnesota hosted a J4 tournament, a smaller version of it. We didn't place that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's still pretty good though.
Yeah.
Especially pickup team.
Yeah, those were pickup teams.
Those are two different teams, right?
Yeah, two different teams. I don't think I've ever played consistently with the same 6 girls throughout a whole year or season of volleyball. But this year I'm really hoping to. I'm at least trying to be consistent with 3 or 4 or 5 of those girls. Because sometimes people can't make a tournament.
Yeah.
And so you had to find other people. But there are a few girls right now that I'm looking to be consistently playing with for the rest of this year.
I would think that volleyball, if you have your core, 3 or 4 or whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
You think you'll be okay?
I think
Because in basketball, in professional basketball, you get your 3 top players.
Yeah.
And the other ones would be kind of support.
Just support. Yeah.
So does
It's
volleyball have that too?
so hard
or no?
because you're so confined in that little square that you just got to make sure that everyone's doing what they need to be doing. If one person doesn't shift or one person doesn't pass or block, it could mess up everyone else. And so it's really important to have some chemistry with your teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's the thing I'm missing when I'm just jumping on to different teams. But hey, I don't get to play volleyball a lot, so I just jump on anybody's team.
Yeah.
But now I want to be more intentional with it, and I'm willing to travel this year. I want to put a lot of focus on volleyball. I told my husband that too, that, hey, whatever tournaments are coming about, I'm going to go play them because I want to make this year a year where I'm focused on it, and I don't want to wait 10 years down the road and be like, I should have played those tournaments. I should have just did it because I'm going to miss it. You know what I mean?
Correct. You're right.
I'm going to have a couple kids. I'm going to be like, wow, I should have just played that year and just did my best.
What's that acronym that these kids nowadays use?
What's that?
YOLO?
YOLO, you only live once.
You only live once. And
I
so
don't
you
even know
might
if
as
anyone
well.
says that anymore, but
I hear Sam say it sometimes. That's where I get it from. Like, what's YOLO? YOLO! Like, whenever you guys play games and stuff.
Yeah, YOLO. That's also probably something that'll help you with bad decisions. Yeah. But yeah, definitely YOLO for this year. I really want to put a focus on it. So.
All right. Well, Kim, we're coming towards the end of our session here. Yeah. I'm not sure if you have anything else to any updates, anything new for us, for the listeners.
No, nothing new. You pretty much dove into every little aspect of my life.
There's more left. This is not the only time we're meeting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while we end this session here, I want to thank Kim for joining us for this podcast. If you're interested and if you like listening to this stuff, please subscribe, click the like button, and tell your friends. All right. Thank you, everybody.